Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Ricky Warwick here from Black Star Riders, and you are watching CMS TV.
It's Red Brain right here on your classic metal show. Brand new stuff. We had an opportunity to debut here on the show last week, featuring George Lynch on lead guitar. And kicking off the show tonight, we heard our other buddy, Rick Rule from Every Mother's Nightmare with House of Pain. And from his House of Pain, my good friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on there, Chris?
What is up, sir? How we doing?
How is the House of Pain? Are you getting any better?
I guess it's about what it's going to be, I think, which is just fucking not great, but is what it is.
Is it unbearable still?
Unbearable? No. I mean, I still can't do like 12 hours in a chair, but you know, I guess you're not supposed to as a human being. So,
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going out and doing stuff. I just don't care if it hurts anymore. I just deal with it.
I guess, yeah. Well, what have you been out to do lately?
Went to lunch yesterday and drinking. I
Wow.
did that.
How about that? Where'd you go, and who'd you go with, and what'd you have?
Just me and Kelly. We went. My friend Seth hooked me up with a gift card for a restaurant, a little Italian place called Geraci's.
Okay.
And it's kind of a dumb story, but so they do a segment on their show about restaurants,
Right.
about just food and whatever. And they were doing their segment, and the place looked amazing. Like, it had all this sit down stuff. It had great looking food and blah, 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 blah. So we go out, I get the gift card and I look on it. It has 4 locations in it. So I picked the closest one to me, which was Mayfield. That was the closest one to me. And I was like, all right, let's go out there to Geraci's for lunch. And Kels she's always game. So, we packed up yesterday and we drove out to Geraci's, and we go into the place. Clearly this wasn't the place that they showed on the TV. This place was like a pizza bar with like 2 booths, and both were full.
Okay. All right.
So we were like, fuck, we drove down here for this. This ain't gonna work. So we come out, we come out of Geraci's, and we're like, well, where you want to go? And there was like an Indian restaurant right there. And she was like, do you want to play Russian roulette with this? I was like, sure. So we went over to the Indian restaurant, and they had really good food, actually. So
Wow. How about that?
So we went and had Indian cuisine yesterday.
Did you get served by Bill Patel?
Hello, my name is Bill. May I take your order?
My name is Richard. Yes, now.
My name is Magoo. What would you like? Would you like a soda with your kimchi?
Kimchi.
Not kimchi, whatever. What is that stuff called? Curry.
Curry.
But yeah, it was really good. We had some kind of shrimp butyani or something.
Okay.
Butyani, I don't know. Something with a B and yanni or yaki or something in it.
Okay.
And we literally were just Russian roulette, and neither one of us knew dick about Indian food.
Why would you?
Yeah, of course, exactly. We were just literally like, okay, give me that. I'm pointing at the menu and just fucking grabbing that. But it was really good food. And then after that, we swung back this way and hit the stomp, hit Sassy's, and had a few drinks on the way out. And
How about that?
That was it.
How is Sassy's doing these days?
it was pretty empty yesterday.
Yeah.
I haven't been there.
The few times that I've been there with you, I mean, it hasn't been like a full house or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it hangs on for a neighborhood bar though, huh?
Well, they do really well on like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's their time. Thursday nights is karaoke night, and Friday night is just, I mean, the advantage of having a bar in my stupid town is it's my stupid town. There's like 3 bars total.
Sure.
So if you want to go and not have like an Applebee's experience, you go to Sassy's.
Sure.
If you want to do like the dancing experience, there's that club on the other side of the plaza that we used to go to, but now it's like a dance club, so we don't go there. And then there's like one more, like a local dive bar in downtown, but nobody wants to go there because it's right by the police station. So
very nice.
Nobody wants to go to that one.
I hear you. Well, at least you're getting out and about a little bit and enjoying some of the nice weather.
Yeah. I mean, I did do that a couple times this week. I did work outside, no police, you know. I didn't change my methods, but there was no police this week. So, you know, I just was out for, you know, gotta be outside, dude. It's been fucking gorgeous outside, and I've been cooped up so goddamn long that I need to be away from the TV set a little bit anyway.
Yeah, I get you. Well, did your that apparently that discussion about neighborhood issues kind of hit home with some people?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I noticed there were some comments made about you know, people hating their HOAs and
oh yeah,
how they hate their neighbors and can't stand other people and all that stuff.
Dude, I think if we could all live in like the country with like 500 acres and our house planted in the middle of it, we'd be thrilled.
Right. You'll live out on Yellowstone.
Yeah. Dude, did you know that that's canceled?
I'm well aware.
I am fucking pissed.
Yeah. Well, they're going to shoot this final thing and then it's over.
Maybe. Now they got the fucking writer's strike.
Yeah, I know. They're talking about the next episodes being aired in November, I think.
Yeah. Maybe, but that's if they can shoot because of the stupid writer's strike.
Right.
This shit might turn into like Sopranos season 6, where first half of it is in January and the next half is like 22 months later.
Right, exactly.
You know, but why? How could they cancel Yellowstone?
I don't know. You know, it got so popular and got so big and you know, people love it. And then all of a sudden it's like, wow, we got a hit here on our hands. And I'm like, you know, I'm like one of the main people that are making this a hit, so I want a bigger cut. No, I'm not going to give that to you. Fuck you.
No, I was reading about it, and it said a little bit. It wasn't so much money; it's that Costner wants to shoot less days. He's Howard Sterning.
Yeah, of course.
You know, he went from being willing to shoot whatever the fuck because he had nothing going on in his career to where he's like, now, well, I'll give you 1 month. You know, 1 month. That's it.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did read that there's going to be some kind of a sequel, but I don't want a sequel. You know, I've watched the fucking Connors after Roseanne enough to know that I don't want a sequel.
Well, or a reboot.
Or a reboot without Kevin Costner. No.
Yeah, I get it, but it just kind of reminded me, and you know, this was another big show that the main actors, because the show blew up and it was so big, was the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh yeah.
Bo and Luke Duke, you know, they wanted a bigger piece of the pie because of the popularity of the show, and they said, nope, not doing it. We'll bring in replacements, and they did, and then well, that didn't work out so good. Yeah. Well, let's bring the real guys back. What do you think?
We got to keep the steam in this thing.
Exactly. So it just kind of reminds me of that. It's just same thing with you know, Three's Company. Three's Company was and you know, Suzanne Summers, she got the boot,
and she wasn't even that good. But boy, once they got rid of her, it was not good at all.
Yeah, no, it's a chemistry thing, I guess. You know.
Yeah, so that show went right to shit once they got rid of her.
Yeah, and then you know they went from the Ropers to Mr. Furley. And brought in Don Knotts.
I actually liked Mr. Furley better than the Ropers.
Yeah. Well, the Ropers was really funny because Mr. Roper always was making the gay jokes with Tinkerbell,
and I liked how they always did the shot where he would just do the look away.
Yeah,
you know, like one of those things, and you just knew he was saying, because he's a faggot.
Because he's a faggot. Exactly.
That was always what they meant.
Yeah, of course. Isn't it funny that Hollywood that supports that kind of lifestyle made fun of that lifestyle, and now how dare you make fun of that lifestyle? Isn't that how that happened?
Well, you know, typical they start the trends and then they jump on them.
I guess it's really bizarre. It's just like, yeah, being a faggot in Hollywood was made fun of as it should be all over the place. And then it was just like, don't you dare. That's a sacred cow. Don't you do that.
Yeah. We need to protect those people.
So funny.
Speaking of that, we will be doing a story tonight later, which I have not shared with you yet.
Okay.
About another protected class, which is so absurd. I can't even stand it. We will be talking about the non-protection of the fat people class.
Oh.
I will, and I'm going to give credit now because I'm thinking of it and I don't want to forget. This one will come to us from Brian Waymeyer.
All right. Very nice.
Who sent me video, and I was like, you've got to be fucking. I had to watch it like 5 times in a row to believe the absurdity of this.
Right.
So wait till you see that. I'm so pumped about this one segment that you cannot believe it.
Well, I got a segment that kind of maybe dovetail into that.
Okay.
A Compound Media alumni who got herself in trouble this week with the protected class.
I saw that, but yeah, I'm definitely game to hear that.
So that's another one.
Right.
Like, nobody can be funny anymore. No, you will not have fun.
Nope,
not
at all.
The expense of anyone. So that's interesting. So since we were talking about getting out and segueing from the I hate the neighbors thing, and I was talking about getting my car started out there in the driveway, getting it up and running. That was the plan for this morning.
Okay.
And I needed a new battery. So I had gotten the battery. I think it was on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I picked up a new battery and I thought, well, if I get out there early this morning on Saturday, maybe I can get this job done without, drawing too much attention to myself.
Of course.
Well, I drew attention to myself.
Oh, geez.
The being that I am sight unseen in this neighborhood.
Okay.
Saturday morning apparently is the morning that the walkers are out.
Oh yeah, they take their dumb dogs.
Yeah,
they walk with their dogs and their fucking handheld bag of shit that they collect on the way.
No, I didn't run into the dog walkers.
Okay.
I ran into the walkers in general, the ones who take the stroll around the neighborhood thing.
Are they dressed the part where they're with the like the sweats and stuff and the power walking and
no, it's not the whole goofy show off type stuff. It's just middle-aged elderly people taking a walk.
Right.
So I drew the attention of no less than 4 people who had to stop by.
Okay.
While I'm working on
Hey buddy, what you doing?
Exactly. Exactly.
Need a little help there, pal?
No, there was no offer of help.
Oh, no.
It was inquisitiveness.
Yeah. Did the guy that lives here hire you to fix his car?
Well, I think I could have gotten away with that if I had made that my story.
Right.
But I didn't make that story. I was just kind of minding my own business, working on my car. Hey, you going to get that running? First guy walks up. He walks up, nice enough guy. Everybody was nice.
I'm sure.
Let me just preface.
You don't live in Gary, of course they're nice.
Everybody was nice, but very curious.
Sure.
Very curious. Well, I've never seen you out here before.
Right.
And I'm just like, well, I got other things going on, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, I've driven by here and I've seen this car and I thought, man, what a beautiful car sitting there in that driveway. I wonder, if he ever drives that and takes it out, this, that, and the other, and I'm just like, well, I'm putting a battery in it and getting it up and running today, and just chit-chatting it up with these people. And
sure.
I said, so are you from this terrorist organization that runs this homeowners association? No, not me. Not me. I said, are you distancing yourself from that? Oh, I don't know. I don't get involved with them. No way.
Right.
Well, I did find out some interesting stuff today.
Okay.
I found out some very interesting stuff that confirmed my suspicions about this joke.
Okay.
So apparently,
Yeah.
one of the people that ran this organization forever and a day, who lived 2 doors down from me, who caused me some issues when I refinanced this place a couple of times. I don't know if I ever told you that story.
No.
When I was refinancing this place on 2 occasions, I did it and dropped the interest rate, and then like 2 years later I refinanced again, right?
Right.
Well, both times the finance company, they needed certain documentation about the HOA.
Okay.
And the operations manager, who has that information or should provide that information, I gave them his phone number and his email. Well, he just refused to cooperate and give them that.
Of course he did.
You know, I had to threaten him both times.
With what, legal or a
Yeah.
fist?
Well, yeah, the first legal.
Okay.
Just basically telling him, if you don't turn over this financial information, I'm coming after you.
Right.
And within a day, all of a sudden, that the stuff the finance company needed, they got that.
Imagine that. Wow, it just got to the top of my inbox.
Yeah, well, the thing is on both occasions, I came close to losing my loan lock.
Right. Ooh.
Because he dragged it out so long.
Right.
So this guy was one of the nosiest motherfuckers I ever seen in my life.
Okay.
All he would do is get in his car and cruise around the neighborhood. He'd cruise the neighborhood 5 and 6 times a day.
Looking for infractions?
Yep, exactly. For looking for infractions.
Ugh.
So, every day, just cruise around, just rubbernecking and craning around, looking. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
You got something better to do with your time. So anyway, regardless of that, this guy, quote unquote, retired and moved out of the neighborhood a few months ago.
Okay.
So the guy who took over his position was the first guy to stop by, or second guy to stop by today.
Okay.
And he goes, hey, I just wanted to meet you face to face. And he introduced himself, and he says, I took over for Bob when he left, and blah, 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 blah. And I said, I'm glad the motherfucker's gone, and he goes, well, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. He goes, but what's the story with this car? What do you plan on doing with it? I said, why are you asking?
Yeah.
I said, it's really none of your business. And I said, I'm not trying to be a dick about this, but this thing about my car sitting in my driveway, I don't understand what the big deal is. He goes, hey, I'm not here to cause trouble. I was just trying to be the bearer, the messenger. I said, I understand.
Yeah, well, don't. If you don't want to bring bad news, then don't. Keep walking, dick.
So he goes, I'm just trying to give you a little insight. He says the board has been talking about this. He said they were at the point of talking about having it towed.
From your driveway?
From my driveway. I said, towed? He goes, yeah, they don't want any cars in anybody's driveway.
Then why have a fucking driveway?
Well, to pull into your garage. They don't want people even parking their car outside overnight.
What about if you have a guest? Do you have to
know.
Uber them in?
I don't know the answer, but it's fucking ridiculous. I said, he goes, yeah. He says, he goes, I don't agree with it. I don't participate in that, but I just wanted to let you know what the discussion. I said, who the fuck are these people that they think that they can run this organization like that?
Yeah.
I said, who the fuck are they? Towing my car. Well, they were talking about towing your car. It's
fuck
like
them.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just like, so we got into and then he was telling me, he goes, yeah, there was a whole lot of shenanigans going on in this HOA. And I said, yeah, I was well aware of it. I've been head to head with them several times. He goes, yeah, after Bob left, he forwarded me all the files and the emails and this, that, and the other from years. He goes, man, he mentioned a couple other people who were involved. He said they had quite the little scam going on here.
Okay.
And I said, yeah, I was well aware of it. I said, they stole money from me and they stole money from my account and there was no account of where it went.
Right.
I said, I'm well aware of it. And he said, yeah, there was quite a little racket going on here, you know?
Oh.
And he said, I said, I know, that's why I have an attitude about it, because they're a bunch of dirt bags.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, well, I didn't really plan on taking this on. I was just trying to help out. And then when Bob left, they just sort of, yeah, that's right, Joe Rico. They're run by a bunch of Karens. He goes, but after I received the files and started going through all the stuff, then I was just like, what the fuck is this? What is this?
Right.
What is this? It's just like, what's this? And found out that, there's a lot of shenanigans going on with especially financial.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, he says, I just thought that I would let you know. He goes, I'm on your side. Trust me. He says, I don't want to be the harbinger of bad news. He said, but you know what these motherfuckers did?
Okay.
That's what he said to me.
Yeah.
He goes, there's a lady up here. I don't know who she is. She goes, there's a lady up here. She's 85 years old. And he said, I had to go, quote unquote, give her a citation because she left her trash can outside of her house.
Are you fucking, dude? They would get me for that every fucking week.
And he goes, she has a small garage and she couldn't fit it in her garage. And so they'd given her a quote unquote a warning about it. But then I had to issue a citation because she didn't remedy the problem and put the trash can inside the garage.
So basically, I want to make sure I understand this.
Yes.
So with your garbage,
yes,
you're only allowed to have it outside like the morning of the pickup.
Correct. Yes.
And what if you left it there like the day, like till the next day?
I'm just talking about someone who keeps their trash can outside of the garage.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, okay, so the garbage men come, they pick it up, but you don't pull your garbage can in like when you get home from work.
Well, I don't
is that a citation?
No, I don't think it's that quick. I just think that this lady just chose to have her trash can outside the garage rather than inside the garage.
Like she put it on the side of her house or something
correct.
So that raccoons or whatever wouldn't try to get into her garage.
I don't know what the reason is, again, but he told me that,
Okay.
And he just like, I couldn't, he says it was just, to me, it was just the most repulsive thing I had to do. And I said, why are you involved?
Yeah.
And he says, well, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be involved. I was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. And, I've been going through chemo treatments.
That's when you're like, well, hurry up and fix my fucking parking problem.
So we got to talk and he goes, well, I'm trying to make things better around here because we got these common areas around here. And I'm thinking, why don't we put, and this is right along a lake.
Mm-hmm.
And why don't we put like benches out here in the common area, maybe even have a fire pit and make it more welcoming instead of this, acting like this is some kind of lockdown concentration camp.
Right.
So he was pretty cool guy, and I told him, what my beef was and is with this thing. He said, dude, I hear you.
Wow.
So, yeah. So he was telling me that just what I thought, that these guys were, they were basically saying that, they were doing certain jobs and then billing the HOA for it, but they weren't really doing anything. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
What I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. We're doing snow removal. Dude, we had that out at Pinball, PA. And I'm not saying that my guy doesn't do snow removal. He does. Right. But then what we get is like a common area fee that's tacked onto our rent.
Yeah, I get that.
And they give us the costs for the whole plaza.
Sure.
And then they break it down and tell us what our percentage of it was.
Right.
So last year for snow removal, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but it was like $49,000 for snow removal.
For your section of it?
For pinball? No, total.
For the whole thing.
For the whole plaza.
All
but
right.
Still, just think back for a minute to last year. How much snow was there really?
maybe 2 days at the most.
Yeah, there wasn't $49,000 of stuff. Even if are you telling me that it costs like $15,000 per snow removal of that parking lot? That parking lot's not that big.
Right.
It's big, but it ain't that big.
Sure.
I just was like $49,000 and our percentage was, like a tenth of that or whatever. I was like, get the fuck out of here with this shit.
Yeah.
Everybody, if they collect money from you for a piece of property, they just stick you right in the dick.
I know. And so, then the lady next door, she's walking her little dog, and she goes, "Are you getting rid of that?" And I said, "Nope, just getting it started, but thanks for asking."
Yeah. I'm not like your kids. I'm not getting rid of anything.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
And then, a couple other people stopped by and made comments. And it's like, I haven't ever seen you outside before.
Man, do you work here?
So, it was just the weirdest goddamn day,
I'm sure some of them thought you just worked there. Like you were like hired.
I don't know what the answer was, but it was bizarre, man. Fucking bizarre.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So again, I found out a few things, and I had people stopping by and asking questions and making comments about not ever seeing me.
Right. At this point, I mean, you've paid so much into that place, you would never consider just getting the fuck out of there unless you're like leaving the area. Right?
If I had a reason to, if opportunity came up tomorrow that was, worth my while, I'd put up for sale sign in front of here in a minute.
But the opportunity would have to be to go somewhere else. It wouldn't be to move 3 miles down the road.
No. I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, I don't need another place. I know this is a pain in the ass dealing with this, but it isn't enough of a pain in the ass. Say I'm going to pick up and move down the street.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you wouldn't just. No. The only way that you would actually give up that place is if you moved to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, if there was a reason, well, either that or if there was an opportunity somewhere else.
Yeah.